everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I achieved this super sexy summer slay. Anyways, it's my go-to look this summer without a doubt. I love how golden and bronzy and fresh it all is. I've tried to keep foundation as light as possible. I've used a mix of creams and powders. So if you want to know how I achieved this look, keep watching. Okay, so I have already done my brows. If you guys want me to show you how I do my brows, please leave me a comment below and I will try and do a video. It's super easy. So to kick things off, I am going to apply some of my Dior FixIt 2-in-1 Prime and Conceal concealer. So it acts as both a primer and a concealer. And I'm gonna apply that all over my lids. Next, I'm just going to set that concealer with my Flormar Loose Invisible powder. And I'm using my Urban Decay, what's this one called again? Optical blurring brush, which is so good for like everything. Then, taking a flat brush, this is just from my Aqeelah brush kit that you can find online. It's like a super cheap but really good big brush set. I'll leave the link below. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Vice palette. This is the 20th anniversary edition. That's why it's got this really pretty packaging, which is quite messy. And using the shade called Midnight Cowboy, I am going to apply that all over my lid. It's like a shimmery nude, and I'm just going to pat it sort of here on the inner corners of my lids. And I don't mind that it's like dropped a little bit over here because we're gonna highlight that inner corner anyway. Just patting it on the inner side of my lid, and then we're gonna fade it out that way. Priming is so important, guys. As you can see, this color is just really popping. Well, I actually hope you can see it on camera. I'm actually just saying to you what you can see, but I actually don't know what you can see. Just gonna hope that you can see. But in person, it's really popping. Okay, then using this Flormar puffy eyeshadow that I got from their Bohemian Dream limited edition collection. I don't know if they still have it. This is the shade Live by the Sun. It's a massive eyeshadow, but I love it because a girl can never have enough bronzy shades in her makeup kit. I'm going to go in with my MAC Fluffy Tapered 224 brush. I'm just going to swirl it around in there. Take off some lint here. And then we're just going to pop that over here on the outer corners of the lid. It's like a beautiful coppery brown. So I'm going to just blend that into my crease towards my eye, but I'm not going to take it all the way in. And then I'm just going to like flick it out this way. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Then I'm going to take the shade called Moonflower, again from the Urban Decay Vice palette, and I'm going to put that just sort of on top of the crease and fade it up. And I'm using both window wiper and circular motions because I feel like they both do the job to really get that shape but also to blend. Next, I'm going to go in with this Make-Out palette from Factorie of all places. It's actually a contour kit and I'm going to use it a bit later as well to contour my face. But for now, I'm going to go in with this banana colored powder and I'm going to blend it here along my brow bone just to sort of mattify that area in the beginning and blend it down into my crease so that everything flows really nicely. Then I'm going to go in with my Dior Nude Air Luminizer highlighter and I'm going to highlight that brow bone just below the brow. Next, using this Rimmel, flip, I don't even remember what it's called because the label is gone. Rimmel London Magnifies Kohl Kajal and eye pencil. I'm gonna take the sort of crayon end of it. It's like this brown coppery color, and I'm gonna line my waterline with that. And some of it will, of course, go onto my lashes and just sort of below that, which I kind of like. I think it adds to that whole coppery feel. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. Now for some lashes. I'm going in with a new style for my collection that doesn't actually have a name yet. So I'm quickly going to apply those. Okay, so I've just applied a thin layer of glue to each of these lashes and we're just waiting for them for about a minute or two so that they can get tacky, and that makes them super easy to apply. So I get this question quite often where people want to know which lash glue I use. Preferably I use Ardell's Lash Grip. So a lot of people swear by Duo glue, which you can find at Ingrot or at MAC. It's not actually an in-house glue by those brands, but they all stock it and a lot of people swear by it. But personally, it's not my favorite and I find it a lot more expensive than this glue. This one is about a fifth of the price of the Duo and I personally just think the formula is like way better. So if you're in South Africa, you can get it at Clicks. The rest of the world, wherever you would normally find Ardell lashes is where you would find this. Okay, so I think that my lashes are just about ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply those quickly. Okay, so I really like these new lashes. I don't know what to call them. I love how long and wispy and also like slightly full they are. I think they are super pretty. I am going to add some mascara now just to blend it all together and of course to add it to my bottom lashes as well. And I'm using the Smashbox Indecent Exposure. Okay, so now I've finished my eyes and we're gonna move on to skin. So I'm gonna put on my little cat ears because obviously I don't want to get any product in my hair and obviously it looks super cute, so I'm just looking for an excuse to wear it. Okay, so I let my moisturizer set a bit and now I'm gonna go in with my Porefessional primer from Benefit. So it prevents you from looking oily and of course it blurs out your pores and fills in all your fine lines and does all those other wonderful things that primers do and preps your skin so nicely for when your foundation is about to go on. Okay, oh, this is so refreshing because it's like super hot in my house right now. And personally, I just look at a picture of the sun and then I sweat. So in summer, this primer is my best friend. So because we want to keep that T-zone matte over here, I'm going to go in with my Dream Skin Perfect Skin Cushion from Dior. It's a foundation. I'm not going to use the sponge that comes with it. I'm just going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to dip it straight into here and get some of that product out. and I'm gonna paint that onto my T-zone. The reason I'm doing this is because this foundation has a matte finish, and because we want to keep our T-zone quite matte and have the rest of my skin looking glowy, I'm just gonna apply this to the center of my face. So this foundation has super light coverage, which I personally love. I don't really like to have heavy foundation on my face. It's got a soft sort of velvety matte finish, so you're not gonna have any shine in this area. So I'm gonna let that set for now, and I'm gonna do a bit of color correcting on the rest of my face. I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the green shade. This is gonna correct any sort of darker spots that I have. I've got this mega nasty leftover pimple scar. It's very red. I can barely cover it, to be honest. And I'm just gonna use my fingers to dab that in there. Clearly I'm in denial about how dark this spot is. Ugh, and I think I mixed it up more by like tanning it when I went to the beach the other day. Very stupid. Then I'm going to take my peachy color corrector, also from Dior. It's also their 2-in-1 prime and color correct FixIt color concealer. Such a long name, but I do love it. And I'm going to pop that under my eyes because I've got sort of like bluish shadows under my eyes. And the orange is of course going to cancel that out. And I'm going to put some over here and a little bit over here because my mustache is growing out. And I'm just going to tell myself that's going to help cancel that out. And then going in with my wet beauty blender, I'm going to push that into my skin. And when it comes to using your beauty blender, you really want to like push it to a point where it's almost uncomfortable into your skin, because that's how you get that flawless skin-like finish. I hate cakey looking foundation, so this is how I stop that from happening. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the rest of the foundation routine, and I'm going to apply these two to the outer circumference of my face. So everywhere where I didn't apply, that wasn't my T-zone, I'm going to mix these two together half and half, and I'm going to apply that on the outer side. So I'm using MAC's Face and Body foundation, which is my favorite foundation of all time, and their Strobe cream. And I'm going to mix that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply that to my face. So the Face and Body foundation is already quite light coverage, and I'm actually diluting it further by using the Strobe cream. So as I said before, I love my skin to look like skin, and I don't like super heavy foundation, especially in summer, considering how much I sweat in summer. So this foundation just really does the job for me. It gives you a super glowy finish as well, and we're adding to that glow with the Strobe cream, because the Strobe cream is basically like a subtle highlighter lotion almost. So you can even wear it on its own and it looks super nice. It makes your skin look really glowy and dewy. I think your girl has a bit of a tan maybe now, and she maybe needs to up her foundation shade a bit, but it's fine. We'll make it work. So because this foundation is so light, you don't really have to blend it into your neck, because it's not going to give you that masked look. So I'm going to go in again with my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to push everything into my skin. Next, I'm just gonna do one final concealing situation, and I'm using NC20 in my Studio Finish Concealer by MAC. And I'm gonna start doing my concealing routine and prepping for contour. So I'm gonna take it up to the sides over here even, just to lift my cheeks a bit, because I have got cheeks. I'm very blessed in this department, and I just want to bring more light to the top part of my face, and this is going to be contoured in to balance the two out. So I'm going to conceal on the side of my nose, down the center of my nose, a little bit in my forehead, a little bit over here, make the lips look a little bit more pouty, and just on my chin. So as soon as my concealer is done, I set it immediately, again using my wet beauty blender, and I just dip it in some powder and I pat it underneath my eye, especially in the eye area, because that's where it tends to crease, and you just want to set it as soon as possible. So I don't stress too much in the beginning if it starts to look a little too matte, because I'm going to go over it again with Fix Plus Spray, and that gives you a dewy finish for your overall makeup look. Then using my Dior Blush Contour Stick, I am going in with the contour side, which looks like this. And I'm just going to do a little back and forth there. And using my MAC 187 stippling brush, I'm just going to blend in that contour. I don't want this contour to look too harsh, because let's be honest, I have cheeks and I'm not going to try and fake something too much that's not there. It should just rather be kind of like a suggestion of a cheekbone, or like a rumor. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of this under here again to make that stand out a little bit more. Then using the other side of the stick, this is my favorite cream highlighter of all time. And I'm going to pop that up here, and I like to take it up again so I can just bring out this part of my face and balance out all these cheeks. And I just dab it in using my fingers so that we can have a really nice skin-like finish. And then because your girl is just extra, we're going to go back in with it. Nude Luminizer highlighter from Dior, and just dust it out here on these cheeks. Because I want a little bit more bronze in my life, I'm going to go in with my Dallas Face Powder Bronzer from Benefit, and I'm just going to dust it a little bit over here. Yeah, I know this isn't in the right order, but whatever. What even is the right order? I'm just going to pop that over here as well, because this is sort of where the sun would naturally hit my face. Okay, time to contour this nose. I have this little Dior flat brush that I got with one of my little compacts of theirs. I think it was the Diorific highlighter that I didn't use today, but it comes from there. And then I'm going back in with this Make Out palette from, contour kit from Factorie. And using this very cool brown shade over here, I'm just running my brush in it like so. And because it's so nice and flat, it just goes with the shape of my nose. And I'm just gonna brush it upwards like that. Because it's quite soft and fluffy, it does such an amazing job at just like blending in that line and softening that line. Then I'm going to take my wet beauty blender again, and using the tip, I'm just going to push it along that line so that we don't look overly contoured. And then I'm going to go back in with this highlighting end of my blush contour stick, and I'm going to run it down my nose. And I'm just going to use my finger to pat that highlight in. Added a little bit more highlighter to my Cupid's bow using that contour stick, and I'm blending it in with my MAC 224 brush. And then for the final hurrah of my skin, I'm going to take this fan brush again. It's quite clean still. And I'm just going to dust some powder all over my face. Not too much, because of course we want to keep that dewy look. So this is going to set your foundation, but you want to apply the powder really lightly so that you don't take away that dewy finish. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC lip pencil in the shade Etcetera. It's a beautiful nude. And then finally, I'm going to use my Dior Lip Maximiser lip gloss. It's like a plumping lip gloss. And I'm just gonna pop that over the lip liner. Finally, I'm gonna give myself one last spritz with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Spray. So if you're wondering what the Prep and Prime Fix Plus Spray does, is it really melts all the layers of your makeup together to form one light, glowy, dewy layer. It's not the type of product that actually sets and holds your makeup in place. For that, you need a fixing or setting spray. So once that Fix Plus Spray is about 80% dry and setting to my skin, I just go over my skin once more with my damp beauty blender, just to really push the product in and blend all of those layers. Oh my goodness, so I just realized that I didn't apply any blush. I'm gonna go in with my Dior Petal 001 blush, and I'm just gonna pop that onto the apples of my cheeks. I don't want to put Fix Spray all over my face again, so I'm just gonna pop it onto my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna dab it over. So that is it from me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to leave them below. The comment section is always open for you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.